This is Win News.
Tonight, respect and reflection as Western Victoria pauses to mark ANZAC Day. Hundreds head for Melbourne to pay tribute at the Shrine. And remembering mateship forged in the heat of Tobruk. Good evening, I'm Bruce Roberts. Also tonight, 2 Up proves popular at the Evoca races. War veterans and RSL officials have been heartened by the number of people who've attended ANZAC Day services across Western Victoria. They say the presence of children and young families was especially impressive, considering Ballarat itself struggled through its coldest ANZAC morning in 6 years. We begin our coverage as the day began with the dawn service.
Among those gathering before dawn was some of Ballarat's few surviving World War II veterans.
You mightn't think about it all the year, but this particular day, you do remember everybody that you went away with. Many didn't come back.
The memories of those who died are etched in Bill Bedson's memory.
And we remember them as young, not like us old fellas now.
Veterans from more recent conflicts experienced similar emotions this morning.
Sort of takes you back to some situations that you sort of found yourself in, probably situations you don't really want to remember.
This year's dawn service took on special significance for Shane Woods, wearing his father's medals for the first time.
My father's on his deathbed now, right, and they don't expect him to last the night, so I'm going from here to the base hospital.
Strong crowd numbers in Ballarat were an important and welcome sight for Ballarat Legacy.
In Ballarat there's well over 1,000 widows that come under Legacy's care.
As the sun rises over Ballarat, people continue to search for names of lost loved ones at the cenotaph, a scene repeated at ceremonies in Australia and overseas throughout the day. Patrick Mitchell, Win News.
Ballarat's commemorative services continued throughout the morning with diggers and their families joined by school children and community groups in a march along Sturt Street.
Major Kayleen Baird served with the Australian Army as a nurse.
I've actually served in Bougainville on 2 occasions, in East Timor and in 2005 in Iraq. And that was a very long, hard tour. It was a 7-month tour. Diggers, past and present, were joined by their families and friends.
It's just being with all the people, community, and honouring our history.
Both my grandparents were in the war, so it's quite an emotional thing for me.
War widows laid wreaths in memory of loved ones, some taken so young.
I'm laying a wreath on behalf of the War Widows Guild. My husband was killed in Vietnam.
It's a sad day, really, for all of us.
Today's message not lost on Ballarat's young.
To honour the memory of the people who fell, but also to remember to pray for the people who are still fighting for our country.
Service organisations, community groups and schools took part in the march past.
For the Air Force cadets and the Army cadets, it's a big part of what we do. We are here to represent people that have fallen.
As the number of people gathering to pay their respects continues to grow, commemorative services are now held throughout Ballarat, including in Sebastopol and Buninyong. Natalie, Schenken, Win News.
I think that many people probably see the dawn service today as being the event for ANZAC Day.
In respect for my mates that died over there and fought over there and the old timers.
It was a small sacrifice to make in comparison to what people have made for us.
We just come out to show our respects every year, bring the young ones out also to teach them.
Because you remember the people that fought for us in war.
And I've lost count how many times I've been here.
Remember all these Australian soldiers that fought for our country.
To remember the people who've died.
It means a lot to me because some of my family was in the war.
When you look at the people just here and the children, it's wonderful to see, and it shows the children that we don't care what time or how cold it is, we'll be here.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.